I don't know how many of you have ever seen these big old wind turbines, or as I like to call them, windmills. They're still windmills, just like the old-fashioned kind, only much larger. They are popping up everywhere across the United States. They are popping up a lot, as you can see them way off in the distance. They're popping up all over in Oklahoma, and I know we got to find alternatives to energy. And I'm not sure. I have mixed feelings on these. So I get what they're doing, but to me it kind of junks up the scenery of what would normally just be beautiful pastures out this way. So I don't know. I'm indecisive on it, I guess. But these things are massive. One of those blades, or I don't know, maybe they call them tines, but one of those blades, when you go down the road and you see them on a truck, they're on an oversized load truck, and it's an extra long trailer that just hauls one of those. I mean, they're huge, and I have no idea about the tower part of it, the stand part. I guess those are just in sections or something like that, but those are massive pieces of equipment generating energy, and they're popping up all over, especially where there's high wind areas. So anywhere where there's flat in Oklahoma and just wide open spaces, you'll see them. Anyways, I just thought I would show you guys how many are right here, and you can get pretty close to them right here. You can hear them very faintly. They just kind of sound like an air conditioner or something like that, maybe. Some kind of blowing air noise or something. Kind of a slight hum or something, but like I said, these are massive. Maybe we can see one where there's a door that's down at the bottom so you guys can get a reference on how large these are. Hoping to find one that has a door where you can see the door, but hopefully you can see that on the bottom left of that base. There's actually a set of stairs that leads up into the door. I don't know, that's probably about 7 steps high leading up into that, and then those guys climb up there and do maintenance up in that area up there. It's quite a climb though. Now this is your typical Oklahoma site where you occasionally see oil rigs like that drilling for new oil, and of course then they'll put in a small pump. But these windmills are just big ugly things that are all over the place, and they stay there. There's one out there, hopefully you can hear me. I don't have my good mic in, but it's missing one of the blades on top, so I guess that's one that they're just now putting up maybe. These guys putting up these windmills are like the modern day oil man. They come in and they make really good money, and they just kind of float from town to town, state to state, putting up these windmills, or wind turbines, as most people like to call them, I guess. You can see them over that way. They are putting up some new ones in this area, but they've got their little set up, their little encampment or whatever you want to call it, with their buildings and stuff like that. And then they'll usually kind of make a makeshift RV area somewhere. This is kind of interesting because right to the left of the screen is an old windmill. It's missing everything on it, but it's like the new versus the old. And of course the old was just to bring water up. That's making electricity. So whoever owns that land over there, they're doing pretty well. They've got some wind turbines on it, and then the Roughnecks have a rig over there, and they're drilling for oil, and they're still running cattle on that land over there. So pretty interesting. Thought I'd stop here though. You can see this cemetery here, and in the background there's all those windmills, so that's kind of different. It's real pretty as the sun is setting here. you can actually hear the wind blowing through those windmills, just kind of making a sound as it passes through. There's not anyone historically significant in this cemetery, and as you can tell, it's extremely well maintained. But I thought I would just kind of stop here and make a quick video here. Canadian Valley Cemetery is what this is. You can see the sun peeking through the tree there, and the windmill off in the distance. It's really pretty. It's been extremely hot out the last few days, 105, 108, 109. So I'm not really sure what the temperature is, but as you can see, I've been driving with the windows down. It's extremely nice out. It feels so good. So it's probably still in the mid 80s, lower 90s, but to me it feels extremely good out right now with the windows down. It's a nice breeze coming through right now. You can hear the slight wind and hum from the windmills. Now that makes it hard to see the graves. It's still very peaceful out. Basically only a couple houses, one off that direction, one off that direction. Been passing a lot of houses where people don't live there anymore. There's old homesteads. Like I said, it's very peaceful out here. Nothing but wind and locusts and birds. Occasional hum from the windmills off in the distance. The cemetery is well cared for though. It's nice, neat, edged and mowed. And pretty green too as well. So they probably spend some time watering it. Very pretty out. Beautiful evening though. This is pretty neat. I haven't seen this before, but it's a registration list right here. A little weather torn, and just goes back to May of this year, but I'll sign my name. I think that's a neat idea that they've done. That's gonna do it here today at this cemetery. Like I said, it's a nice little visit, nice little cemetery. Never been here before, just happened to be passing by it. I finally found one of these where I can show you the door on it. I don't know, they probably call that a hatch. But I would assume it's probably 4 to 5 feet tall once you get up those stairs. Could be 6 foot. It's really hard to say and determine. Like I said, those are massive. So if anyone is watching this and has ever been up in one, I'd love to know, like, how many steps is the ladder in one of those from the bottom to the top? Just leave a comment below and let me know. But I think that's going to do it for today. Just kind of wanted to show you guys that might live out of state or might not have these where you are, and give you an up close sort of view to them. Thanks for joining me today on this little short adventure video. Not much to it, but like I said, I just wanted to showcase some of these to you guys. There's probably a lot of you out there that have never seen these, or at least this many. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.